Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey. If it's your first time here, welcome. So I want to share with you spiritual dream meanings that you might have as a chosen one, a light worker, a starseed, anybody really. It's amazing. Like, drop me a comment down below and let me know, are you somebody who can remember your dreams? Dreams are so cool because as we know, we're spirits inhabiting these bodies. And so when you close your eyes to go to sleep at night, whatever is going on is in a sense very real. Okay, so dreams can be interpreted as future events. It can be a signal from your subconscious mind shedding light on something you need to heal. There's so many different ways you can interpret them, but if you can remember your dreams, this is a beautiful sign and it's revealing something to you. Okay, so we each have a higher self, and your higher self is constantly communicating with you. And of course, all of us, like everybody who's in your life, whether they've passed on or they're currently with you or they're coming into your life, your kids, even your pets, like spiritually, we're all connected. So who appears in your dreams is powerful. I say chosen ones, light workers, because if you're somebody who's protecting your energy, like if you're mindful of what you consume, what you let enter your mind, and you're coming from you're striving to be in a high vibration most of the time, okay, your dreams are going to be extra potent because they're meaningful, versus somebody who is just living unconsciously through life. They're taking in all this media, all these different energies. Those dreams might just be coming from a movie they saw or something like that, right? Okay, so popular spiritual dream meanings. What's the first one? One of the most beautiful dreams that I've had this year, it was amazing. I dreamt that I was outside of my house, like we have a long driveway, and I was swimming in really warm water. And I was like swimming outside. Outside became like a river, but it wasn't cold, splashy, and all this. No, it felt so good. I felt so calm, at ease. I felt super relaxed, super calm. And if you have a dream that you are swimming in warm water, this has a beautiful symbolism, which means you're feeling at peace. You're in an emotionally healthy place. You've been regulating your nervous system. You're feeling inner peace, right? So this is reflecting your internal world. Water symbolizes emotions. And so if you're swimming through warm water, you can imagine you're feeling warm inside. You're feeling good. You're feeling balanced. You're feeling at ease. So this is a beautiful sign of health, emotional health, and feeling good genuinely. And your dream state is reflecting that to you. And that was one of those dreams that I didn't want to get up. Like once I got up, I'm like, dang, I'm back in real life. Like it felt so good. I could feel the water, right? And it felt just amazing. So this is the first spiritual dream meaning. Warm water symbolizes a healthy emotional state. Okay, guys, the second spiritual dream meaning I want to share with you, in the same way, if you dream of water, right? Because we said that water symbolizes your emotions. The second kind of dream that I had that I started to research, and this can be true for you too, even if it's slightly different. I was going through a situation with one of my family members, and there was a disagreement happening, right? Well, I dreamt of water being stopped up. It was in a jacuzzi. Like the jacuzzi was overflowing because the drain was stopped up. And I've had dreams in the past before of like a flooding, walking into a room and the water has been flooding, right? So whenever there is water blockages, whenever it's plugged, the drain is stopped up, water is not passing through, it symbolizes blocked emotions. Pay attention to who's in the dream, what's happening. In this case, this family member, we were having a conversation. There was like silence, a little bit of tension. They left and they never came back. And I was like stuck with this problem of like, this drain not draining the water, right? So this is symbolizing unspoken emotions, festering emotions, you're not dealing with the problem, you're leaving the problem alone. Okay, so whenever you dream of water overflowing, that's going to symbolize like your emotions are overflowing. But if you ever dream of water being stuck, stagnant, the drain is not flushing, there's a flood of some sort, then yeah, you basically need to have a conversation. These are emotions that need to be expressed. I tell you guys to feel your feelings. No matter how bad or unpleasant they might seem, or how amazing they might seem, just recognize them, because this is how you stay in touch with your true self, your spirit, your soul. You connect to your feminine energy. This world is going to shame you and tell you just to be in your masculine energy at all costs. Okay, that is wonderful for like earning money and stuff like that, but your feminine is your internal world, and so that's where your feelings are. If you want to have a sharp intuition, if you want to connect to your spiritual side, all of this is in the darkness, all of this is your feminine energy. So remember that water symbolizes emotions or feminine energy. The ocean is ruled by the moon. The moon is in conjunction to feminine energy, right? So stopped up water, you gotta unplug the drain, you gotta release, you have to express, you have to feel, you have to resolve it, because otherwise it doesn't go anywhere, right? So, all right. What is the third spiritual dream meaning you might encounter? We talked about emotions, but what about an animal? Now, this specific animal, if you dream of this animal, this is giving you a specific sign. And if you dream of this animal, wow, it's giving high priestess vibes. If you dream of an owl, even if you see an owl in your waking life, but if you dream of one, this is a symbol of wisdom, of knowledge, sacred knowledge, higher understanding, higher levels of consciousness. It's been also seen in ancient cultures, if you dream of an owl, as a sign of initiation. You're spiritually elevating, you're ascending. So if you dream of an owl specifically, your spiritual journey is being recognized and you are progressing. So this is a beautiful sign. Yeah. One time I dreamt of an owl when I was having a lucid dream. Do you guys know what a lucid dream is, right? A lucid dream is when you're in a dream, you become aware that you're dreaming, but you can actively do things in the dream. So it's really cool. And I looked up, first of all, I was like, oh, I'm dreaming, but I can do anything. So what did I do? A handstand, of course, like a yoga pose. And I was like doing these things. And when I was upside down, I looked up and what did I see staring at me? An owl. So it was amazing. And one time, you guys, this is not even a dream, but I was at home and I looked out the window and I'm like, I saw the biggest bird I've ever seen in my life. It was an owl that swooped through towards my window. It came out of nowhere. And I was just so completely surprised. Like, I'm getting the chills right now because that was so random, but nothing is random, right? So if you dream of an owl, you're elevating. The next spiritual dream meaning I want to share with you, if you happen to dream of walking into your house, but it is completely empty, all of the walls are completely clean and clear, the entire house is blank white, a blank house is symbolizing renewal. Okay, so when I got up from this dream, I was a little bit scared. I'm like, what does this mean? Like, is something happening to my house? Like, where's all my stuff? Like, I was so curious because it was a bit startling. But remember that powerful dreams are supposed to make you curious. They're supposed to startle you in a sense because you need to, it's trying to get your attention, basically. First of all, you remember the dream, right? Now you want to know, like, what does it mean? It's a communication or a download, right? Spiritually. So what a blank house or a white canvas, a blank slate is symbolizing, as you can imagine, is renewal, a fresh start, and a new chapter in your life, which is beautiful. Sometimes this doesn't just come with age. It's just your spiritual progression. You've ended one chapter, the World card in tarot, and now you're ready for a new beginning. So you've completed that, those aspects, those lessons have been learned, and now you're moving to a new slate. And you guys, since I've had a spiritual awakening, it's been so amazing. Like, nothing is by accident. When I first had a spiritual awakening, I was living in a place that the numbers were associated with fives. Like, there were fives, and that symbolizes change, transformation. And then I progressed in living to sixes, like 6, 6, which means learning balance. And what's the next place I'm gonna go? 7, 7, right? Money, prosperity, 8, 8, like it's just gonna keep going. So it's so funny. Like the more you awaken spiritually, the more you tap into your spiritual side, you just gain the sweetest relationship with the divine, with the universe, with God, with just the spiritual realm, because they're constantly communicating to you. When it's like you start to realize, oh, nothing is around you, not the people in your life, not the things that you see, not your dreams. Everything correlates and everything's connected. So it's just amazing. You're so held, you're so loved, you're so guided when we awaken to these things. So it's a beautiful thing to be like a chosen one, or to be on your spiritual path. I really love it. All right, so what's the next spiritual dream meaning? I think I have 2 more for you guys. The next one's not so fun. It's not so pleasant, right? Because it's not always peaches and cream out here. The next spiritual dream meaning, or the next dream you might have, is like of a car crash. Ooh, and this one was more of a recent thing. It also happened this year where I had this dream. And when I was researching it, it basically is symbolizing emotional pain and trauma, some type of trauma that you've experienced. And now remember that consciously, and even especially in this world, in this society, we're taught to push past our feelings. Oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, brush it off your shoulder, get over it, move on, be strong, whatever. And we push our feelings down. We're not in touch, in tune. Well, this dream reminded me that no, you're actually going through something that's extremely painful emotionally. Because if you think of a car crash, it's traumatic because it's trauma, right? So if you have a dream that you were in some type of harsh accident, then what it's trying to communicate to you is that it's time to be present with your feelings, connect to anything that's been bothering you, anything that has hurt you, right? Because physical pain, everything is connected. If you dream that you went through physical pain, it's trying to show you that you're on some level, you're experiencing emotional turmoil or pain or trauma, and we have a chance to heal, and we need to be gentle with ourselves. We want to become introspective and just be there for ourselves in a real way. And this is how you form a deeper connection to yourself. This is how you can release it, right? Because when we talk about healing, we're releasing and we're moving past it. We're not staying stuck in pain. But if you refuse to acknowledge pain, then you might get a dream like this, and it's just gonna shake you up, right? You have to be tender with yourself and realize that we're on the planet, on Earth, to grow, and you are gonna feel good and bad, but all of it is serving a purpose, right? So trauma. It's a scary word, is it? Okay, spiritual dream meanings that you can have in your life. The last one that I'll share with you is a dream that symbolizes awakening. So it was so intense, you guys. I can still feel the feelings of this dream. And it was very simple, but it kind of shocked me. Like right now I'm feeling the chills again because it was so powerful. So I had a dream that I was staring intensely at someone else, and it seemed in a sense like we were on the edge of the planet. So like we were on the edge of the planet, I was staring at a masculine figure, and he was like regal, he was like a king of some sort. So I'm equating this to a divine masculine. I was staring at my divine masculine, my soulmate, my twin flame, however you want to word it. We were maintaining eye contact deeply, and it's like we were communicating through our eyes without saying anything. And he was about to like travel somewhere in the universe, right? So we're just like connecting through our eyes, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, his eyes, boom, turn yellow. Like they flash a bright, fiery yellow, and all of a sudden I woke myself up because I got so scared. I'm like, what does it mean? And as I was researching this, it symbolizes awakening. Okay, so it's beautiful. Like if you're on a spiritual path and we talk about relationships, the souls that comes into your life, or the souls that enter your life, it's like not just to have fun, to have a good time, it's spiritually has purpose and meaning, right? And so if you're especially a twin flame or a high level soulmate, your relationship is meant to awaken you spiritually and help you to ascend. So the eyes flashed bright yellow, fiery, and it was powerful. And so, yeah, if you see eyes flicker, it was cool. It was like, he was like, oh, you're awakening me. Like, that was the feelings, like, you've sparked something in me. He's sparking something in me. Like, it was amazing. It was cool. But yeah, so one thing I love about being on a spiritual path now versus a religious path is, when I was more religious, I was just so afraid all the time. Like, I was always going scared. And as you learn about like science and our vibration as humans, we're vibrational beings. So fear calibrates low. It's a low frequency. And that's why this world wants to keep you in fear all the time. Be afraid, be so afraid, and whatever. But you can, when you release fear, you can start to vibrate higher. And so, like, in my religious days, I would have thought the worst, basically, assuming the worst. Does this mean the devil? Does this mean this and that? And just being scared, right? So now it's like I'm free. And I'm not saying light and dark don't exist on earth, but how woke are you? How aware are you? It's one consciousness. So in essence, everything serves, right? There's one power in this universe. And so you just have a choice to make. There's nothing to fear. Think of the vibrations as either love or fear. Where are you vibing at? Choose love and you're always protected. But no matter what, you're okay. We're just down on Earth School to learn some lessons and to pay attention to our dreams. So I hope that this video helped you in some way. I enjoyed making it for you. I'm sending you love, power, healing on your journey. Draw me a comment with your thoughts, and I'll see you next time.